Hi guys, I just wrapped this steering wheel. I've never done this before and it took me about 2.5 hours, and as you can see it turned out pretty well. I just wanted to highlight that you'll need to do this in 3 sections. I started with the bottom left, then the bottom right, and then I did the top half. So one thing to note, you always should have a little bit more thread than you think you'll need, especially for the top half, so that you can knot and tie off each section. For the bottom 2 sections, you'll need a good amount of thread, about the size of your wingspan, and for the top half, you'll need slightly double that amount. Before I did this, I asked around and people were quoting me $200 to $300 for the installation, so I decided to do it myself. The wrap only costs $30, and I'll post the link below if you guys want to pick it up. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. Before we get started, the materials included are a plastic trim tool, some double-sided tape, and a thread needle. There are also instructions included. I think they're very helpful, so just make sure that you keep this handy. To start, you can see that once you put the wrap on the wheel, it fits pretty snug. So I didn't use the double-sided tape. I found it better without, because there were times when I had to shift the wrap a little bit while I was stitching. So I don't think that it's actually necessary, but it's up to you if you want to use the tape or not. Next, you'll need to stuff the wrap into the wheel trim. Just use the plastic trim tool provided to carefully lift the trim while pushing the wrap in. You'll see here that I didn't focus too heavily on doing this right now because I wanted some slack during stitching, so don't worry about getting this perfect right now. Next, you can see the stitching pattern. It's pretty easy. You go from top half to bottom half, skipping every other hole as you thread the needle. I'll show you different angles of the stitching, but essentially you just repeat this pattern for all 3 sections. As you can see, I'm putting a good amount of pressure on the thread as I stitch, which helps to tighten the wrap. And once you get to the end of each section, you'll need to tie off and knot your thread. You might find that some pieces of the wrap need to be stuffed underneath the trim at this point, and if that's the case, just use your plastic trim tool to wedge those in. So yeah, that's a short tutorial on how I installed this wrap. I know this video didn't include every step, but hopefully it gives you an idea of the effort it'll take. As you can see, the wrap isn't perfect, but overall I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope you found this helpful.